Hey guys, I'm Nina Zeta, Director of Partnerships at Sidewalker Daily. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Just to give you the quick little rundown, Sidewalker Daily, we work on both sides of the influencer equation. So a lot of our clients are brands that are mostly in the travel industry. So it could be hotels or PR agencies or different tourism boards, but we also work with content creators and influencers on helping them build sustainable businesses. So for today's video, we're going to talk about how to create content for Instagram. Let me just let you in, our agency, like what we do for a lot of our social media clients is exactly that. We're constantly coming up with not only strategies, but also execution on different social media initiatives. So we know a thing or two about how to create content for Instagram. And so for today's video, I'm going to give you a behind the scenes look of how I advise my clients on how to build out their Instagram strategy and always have content, for the upcoming months. So when it comes to building out your content strategy for Instagram, I know it's tiring and I know it's always like, what do I post? What do I post? But the rookies in this industry are posting day to day, and that gets tiring. I'm sure you've, read or seen or heard, but batch content or posting in, creating content in a batch form, so like an ahead of time, is going to save you tons of time. And this is where we cue in our social media photo shoots. So if you're a brand watching this video, you're probably interested in figuring out your different social media photo shoots. Now, what we offer our clients is we'll go to them and be like, okay, we're going to shoot, 3 to 6 months worth of content ahead of time. So we'll actually look at the calendars, we'll see, is it National Margarita Day or Valentine's Day or whatever? And we kind of bring those props to the shoot. So we'll spend a few days with either our photographers or our videographers that we outsource for the photo shoot, and we'll kind of give them that editorial direction. Okay, we're shooting all this content ahead of time. So they're, constantly shooting different boomerangs or time lapses. People are going to be shooting, like I said, if there's a holiday coming up, we're going to make sure we include that. So definitely organizing a social media photo shoot is the way to go. And the way that we do it is that we work with a lot of the influencers and content creators that are part of the Sidewalker Daily network. So we tap into this network to produce content for our clients. If you're, just a content creator, an average Joe that's looking to put more content on your Instagram, a social media photo shoot is the same. It's applicable for you. Again, a lot of influencers and content creators, we always try to push forward that you guys are entrepreneurs and need to treat yourselves like, like a brand, like your own client. So social media photo shoots aren't just for the brands, they're for you as well. You guys can get creative and shoot things ahead of time, especially if you're traveling, if you have things coming up, shoot your holiday stuff in advance. Grab out whatever it is that you plan on doing, and you can do that ahead of time. Another way I find content for our clients is using stock footage. And we use a lot of free stock footage sites because why reinvent the wheel, if you know what I mean. One of our favorite sites is Unsplash. They have a variety of different styles of photos. So like you could literally type in, the niche that you're working in or your industry or what you're looking for and see if that photo already exists. It could be a filler photo, just something to post, whether it's holiday-esque. It could be a photo that you're using in a graphic, which is my third tip, and I'll get to that in a second. But using stock photos can really help you speed up your process as long as the photo obviously makes sense with your brand. Now, I'll give you an example. I was working with a hotel, and they had a salon, and they were like, should we do a photo shoot where we get the girls to come to see all the blowouts? And while that is a great idea, and they just didn't have the budget for it. So what we did instead is we went on Unsplash and looked at like hairstyle photos, and there were just some girls with really beautiful blow dries, against a brick wall, and that could be used for the salon because it's relatively the same sort of product that they would be selling, and their stylists felt like, oh yeah, we've done this, so it's not false advertising. So our third tip for figuring out content for your Instagram is the nifty Canva, one of our favorite tools. It's absolutely amazing. A lot of times people, it depends, like I guess, what your Instagram looks like, but I know a lot of people that we work with and our clients, like they want to establish authority, so they create inspirational quotes from, maybe their marketing team, or maybe it's from their marketing directors doing a quote, or it's from a testimonial from a customer. And Canva is the perfect place to do like some sort of graphic work, and that piece of content can help, again, your overall social media strategy, because not only now you have, the custom photos that you took from your social media batch shoot, you have a mix of stock photography to like fill in the spaces. Now you're creating some, Canva graphics. So maybe you have an upcoming event, or, you're going to be traveling somewhere and you're looking for people to collab. Using a couple of, Canva graphics and setting your own template with your own brand colors is another way to get content for your Instagram. So you're doing original content, like I said, you're doing stock photography, and now you have Canva in the mix. A different way to look for, content for your Instagram, we're all about collaborating. And I think a lot of times, people in this industry may not necessarily know that power behind, just that collaborative effort. So rather than doing the social media photo shoot, or in addition to, reach out to people in your industry and see if there's, ways to collaborate on this photo shoot. So finding complementary brands that you can work with. This would ideally be like two different brands, or a different content creator, or someone that's like in your space, but that you can go shoot with. Collaborating is a great way to get extra content, because you guys are both, end up helping each other, and it's taking content, and, doing photo shoots takes a lot of time. So definitely look into collaborating as a means to increasing your content. So as you can see, just based on this video, there's tons of different ways to get content for your Instagram. And this isn't obviously just for Instagram. This can be content strategies that you can use for, your Pinterest, your Facebook, all different social media channels. And we are in the age of content. I mean, what business do you know that really is not on social media right now? So there is a strong need for it. Like everyone's on Instagram, or everyone has a Facebook page, and people, are in search of content. That's why I think content creators are in a really advantageous space right now. If you're a really good photographer, videographer, have some sort of skill set in this, creatively, so to speak, in this space, you're going to really shine. So definitely invest in yourself to up your content skills and your creative skills, so that you can, offer your clients that in the future. And if you're a brand that's watching and you are, looking to improve your content strategies, we'll leave our link below, because this is what we do for our clients. So you can check us out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.